We're getting out here in the crisp, cold, fresh air, getting it done, training, getting robust and dynamic. Much better than being, although cold, stuck in a sterile, manufactured environment, a gym with fluorescent lights, blaring music, all the diversions and the distractions. To be out here, to get the workout done in a quiet, calm field where you can breathe that nourishing air, where you can make your connection with Yahuwah, Yahusha, receive the transmission, receive the signal. When you get good at it, you get into flow state in the zone in the gym, you can make that connection as well. But out here, getting that training done in the cold, where it's vibrant and alive and you have nature around you, there's nothing like it. Don't get me wrong, I love the gym. During the week, I'll get in there for my first workout super early in the morning when it's dark out. And then I'll get here for my second workout straight from the gym so I can catch some of that fresh air. Quiet. Make that connection even deeper, even more intense. There was a show that I found myself watching a while ago. It might be 10 years ago now. I can't remember exactly when it started, but I think it was 10 years ago. The show Mr. Robot. And there was a character in that show, Whiterose. And this guy was obsessed with time. So obsessed with maximizing and leveraging time and making the most of his time that he would carry around a stopwatch. And he would use this stopwatch for every interaction he had, every meeting, every conversation, every phone call, everything he did, he timed, keeping a keen eye on every second that passed. And I'm thinking about this because this character, Whiterose from this show, Mr. Robot, started popping up in my head lately as I found myself more and more seeking to maximize my time, seeking to leverage my time. I mean, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. Connecting with Yahuwah, Yahusha, over my entire life, seeking to empower myself, empower my mind, empower my physique. But now, more than ever, in my relationship with Yahuwah, Yahusha, the Most High, in wanting to love Him with all my heart, soul, mind, and strength. Love my fellow man as I love myself. To love Yahuwah, the ultimate commandment. I sometimes talk so fast I stumble over my own words. To love Yahuwah with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Love your fellow man as you love yourself. And live as an example for your people. I find myself ever more passionate about improving myself in all ways. And there's three resources, three commodities, three of the most valuable things that you can master, that are perishable, that have to be kept front of mind. But these three resources are so important to living a strong, robust, empowered life in service to Yahuwah, Yahusha, and as such that you can live as an example for your fellow man. These three resources are time, energy, and knowledge. And we can all make the most of these three. And today I'm going to focus on time. I'll do another message on energy and another message on knowledge. But both of those, energy and knowledge, require time. They require time. Time is the most important. And it's not like you can buy more time. We're all allotted the amount of time that Yahuwah, the Most High, grants us. And with that time, what do we intend to do with it? So much of my life has been wasted on diversions and distractions and cheap thrills, cheap highs, and cheap titillation. I was always keen on investing my time in empowering my physique and my mindset. But now more than ever am I keenly aware of how important time is, and how I don't want to waste it on diversions and distractions, and how I want to really put all of my efforts into gaining knowledge that will strengthen my mind, knowledge that will strengthen the temple that it's no longer the physique, it's now the temple that Yahuwah has given, that houses the breath that I've been baptized in. The breath of life, the set-apart spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh that lives here. He lives here. You want to strengthen and revere the temple, the creation that Yahuwah Yahusha has given us. And to do that, you need energy. You need to nourish yourself with the right energy. That takes time. What do I mean by that? So the energy and knowledge relies on time and maximizing time. I don't have time to waste. I want to use my time righteously, productively, wholesomely. And so in order to ensure that you're nourishing yourself so that you have the right kind of energy to live a robust, dynamic lifestyle, so we're out here in the cold, doing the training, doing the work, getting it in so that you're alive, enthused, motivated, inspired. You need to be eating the right foods. And again, I'll do a message. I've done some messages on, but I'll do a message on energy. But in order to have the right energy, you need to be able to nourish yourself with the right wholesome foods. And if you don't have time because you're wasting what time you have and you're always in a rush, then you're not going to be able to prepare the meals that you need. Prepare the foods. You're always going to be searching for convenience foods that are filled with toxins, poisons, and chemicals, and you'll never have the right kind of energy that you need because you need time in order to prepare, to shop for the right foods, to prepare the right foods, to keep your temple strong for the Ruach, for Yahuwah that lives in here, that lives in your heart, lives in your soul, lives in your spirit. The creation, the hardware that houses the Ruach. It's important to keep the temple strong. And then there's knowledge, the knowledge you need to elevate yourself, to transcend, the knowledge that Yahuwah has granted us with, his commandments, his power, his parables, his phrases, the stories, the teachings, the training from Yahuwah Yahusha and the disciples. You need time to invest in gaining the right kind of knowledge. So it all starts with time. It all depends on you having the right amount of time available to you. And so, although you can't buy more time, and they say you can't get more time or you can't manufacture more time, I look at it slightly differently. I think you can manufacture more time. Number one, you could wake up earlier. You could always wake up earlier, and there is a sweet spot that you can find. Because again, since we know that it's time, energy, and knowledge that are super important to being your best self, to living up to your full potential, to being what Yahuwah truly wants you to develop into. Those are the three resources you need to do so. But there's a sweet spot where time is related to energy in such a way that if you don't sleep enough, you're not going to have the right kind of healthy, vibrant, robust, dynamic energy that you need. It's not just about eating the food, it's about getting the right kind of rest, recuperation. But there is a sweet spot. We don't need to oversleep. We don't need to be lazy. We don't need to be sloshed into a couch, all warmed up under the covers, just spending hours there watching TV aimlessly, again, wasting time, but also resting in a way we don't need to rest. You need to be vibrant and dynamic, and you don't need to oversleep. You don't need to sleep in. For me, I have found that 6.5 hours is great for me. 7 hours and I'm super energized. 6 hours I can do. Less than that, my energy starts to wane. But 6.5 hours, that's a sweet spot. So with 6.5 hours of sleep, I can get up super early. I can get up super early and get a start on the day, and now I have more time to invest in my training, more time to invest in my meal prep, more time to invest in gaining the right kind of knowledge, the knowledge that I need in order to live as an example for my people, to nourish my mind with the right foods, with the right knowledge, to nourish my heart with the right foods and with the right knowledge, to nourish my soul and my spirit with the right knowledge, the knowledge of Yahuwah Yahusha. But it all takes time. So first thing we can do is we can all wake up earlier. We can all wake up earlier and gain more time. And I'm telling you now, when you start doing this, you start to realize when you're up before everyone else, what an advantage you have. What an edge you create for yourself. It's like a superpower because you're getting more done. You're getting it done where others are sleeping, where others are resting, where others are still under the covers in dreamland. You're out there making it happen. You're out there absolutely getting after it, climbing that mountain, going after that dream, going after that ambition, going after that target with vim, vigor, robustness, inspiration, motivation, such that you're getting out of bed. You get into a habit where you're waking up before the alarm clock because you're motivated. Why? Because you have an edge, you have a superpower, you have an advantage, such that you can outwork, outlast, outthink, outinvest your time in the right way where others won't, you will. And why is that good? Because then you could live as an example for them. Live as an example. Not that you want to conquer them. Not that you want to be better than them. Not that you want to be able to strengthen yourself, make yourself resilient and strong in a way such that you can live as an example for those people who are not, so that they can lean on you when they need encouragement, motivation to do the things that you're doing. You can be a positive influence on your people by encouraging them to invest their time wisely, to wake up earlier, and to get a head start on the day. So that's one way. Number two, you can cut out all of the wasted time. Because if you really audit your day, it's not just about waking up early, it's about the time that you have. There's so much time that you have, you don't realize that you could reposition and repurpose to better serve you, to better serve Yahuwah, Yahusha, and what it is He wants you to be, so you can love Him with all your heart, soul, mind, strength. Love your fellow man as you love yourself. There's so much time that you could recapture during the day that you're not taking hold and owning now because you're wasting it on what? Think about it. Audit your day and look at what you're doing. How much time are you wasting on sports? How much time watching sports? How much time are you wasting watching films? How much time are you wasting watching TV shows? How much time are you wasting on cheap highs, cheap thrills, cheap titillation, going out drinking, partying, celebrating? How much time are you wasting scrolling on social media, learning nothing, gaining no information that's useful, gaining no knowledge, just pure entertainment, wasteful time, wasteful entertainment, wasteful revelry, wasteful celebration, when you could be investing and repurposing that time into making you stronger, into giving you more energy, proper energy, and giving you and gaining more knowledge. Think about how much time is wasted on entertainment. Now look, we all need some downtime. We all need to decompress. And I get that some entertainment may be valuable to the degree that you're blowing off steam. But I'll tell you right now, look, none of us are perfect. None of us live a perfect life. I have a vice. My one vice. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. Haven't for a long time. I don't eat junk food. Right? I don't watch pornography. For the most part, I engage in 99.9% of my life is engaged in productive, wholesome, prosperous endeavors. But every night over dinner, my wife and I watch a TV show. And that 45 minutes is spent with entertainment. There it is right there. But I'm going to tell you something. Even when I'm watching a TV show, if that TV show is filled with gratuitous violence, gratuitous sex, gratuitous mindless cheap thrills, cheap entertainment, cheap highs, and serving nothing but to entertain me and to titillate and thrill me with no redeeming value, I'm not interested. After one or two episodes, if it's just gratuitous, I'm turning it off. And because if I'm going to watch a lot of the time, I'm watching shows. If I'm watching a show, I want it to at least be a parable of something worthwhile. I want it to be a metaphor for something worthwhile. And there's a lot of great, high-quality TV shows that you can watch. If you're not watching a documentary, or you're not watching, most of my time is spent learning, watching videos, reading interviews, listening to books, reading books, listening to podcasts where I'm nourishing, researching on the internet, always to gain more knowledge, so I can be my best self, so I can live so that I can live up to my fullest potential so that I can serve Yahuwah, Yahusha in the best way possible and live as an example for my fellow man. So I can love my fellow man as I love myself. I want to then nourish myself so I can nourish my fellow man, and I want to be able to be that example for my people. So most of the time I'm going to spend investing in knowledge. But those 45 minutes where I'm decompressing while I'm eating dinner, watching a show, even then I want it to be something somewhat meaningful so that there's some redeeming value to this entertainment. And that's listen, what are stories? Stories and parables are meant to not only entertain us, but to teach us something. So if I find I'm watching a TV show, in that 45 minutes, if I'm watching a TV show that is entertainment, but not giving me some redeeming value, not giving me a parable, not giving me a metaphor for life, it's done. I've done it before. My wife and I will just shut it off. After one episode or maybe maximum 2 episodes, we're like, this is garbage. It's over. And then, after dinner, I'll spend an hour scrolling on social media. But what am I looking for on social media? Not cheap highs, cheap thrills, cheap entertainment, or dopamine hits. I'm looking for knowledge. I'm looking for things that are going to inspire me, motivate me, or bring me information that is going to better me, help me live up to my full potential, help increase my knowledge, help strengthen my mindset, help strengthen my health, help strengthen my relationship with Yahuwah, Yahusha. So that's how, but other than that, so now think about that. If you were to cut out all of the wasteful entertainment, all of the time that you're spending being diverted and distracted, and invest that time, you've now created how many hours a day? An hour more a day, 2 hours more, 3 hours more a day? Some people look at their lives, they see how much time they're wasting on distractions and diversions. It could be 2-3 hours a day. So you're not only gaining an extra hour maybe or hour and a half by waking up early, you're gaining at least an hour or 2 hours during the day, cutting out the diversions and distractions that you have audited such that you mark them down as being nothing more than entertainment of no redeemable value. So you create that time. And by creating that time, you can now invest in the other two things, those other two resources that are going to make you the best version of yourself. Energy. And to get that energy, we'll talk about that on another message, to get that righteous energy, that dynamic energy, that robust energy, so you can live as a proper example for your people. You need to nourish yourself with the right foods, so you need to be able to spend the right time to learn what those foods are, to prepare those foods properly, and to gain the right nourishment so that you can manufacture more energy. And there's other ways to do it. It's not just the food, it's the sun, it's the circadian rhythm, it's the ground, it's touching the ground, it's getting your feet on the ground here, on the soil, not just being indoors all day, right? There's gaining that energy from the sun, gaining that energy from the ground, gaining that energy from your food. So there's energy to talk about, but you need time for that. And there's knowledge, the knowledge that nourishes your mindset, the knowledge that nourishes your psychology, the knowledge that most importantly nourishes your heart, your soul, and your spirit, that nourishes you in a way that you come to know and understand Yahuwah, Yahusha, and what He wants of you as best as you possibly can. So, look, we don't have to all be as obsessed as Whiterose from Mr. Robot, such that we're clocking every second. But there's so much value in time, and there's so much value in making the most of your time. And I'm going to tell you right now, you don't have time to waste.